my dear friend. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Thursday, hot afternoon here in Southeast Asia. Wherever you are around the globe, I'm grateful for your time with us. This is Salon's blog, and you are highly, highly welcome. Well, last night, we won the game against Leeds United, and we are moving forward. Our next game is against Brentford on Saturday, 2nd of March. Yeah. Before we go into that game, I want to give you some information that you need to know. Because there have been so many news around the Chelsea Football Club. 1 billion bottled, 1 billion pound squad, 1 billion team, 1 billion kids, 1 billion this, 1 billion that. Are we truly a 1 billion club? Did 1 billion team or squad truly bottle it up? Is it true that we spent 1 billion pound on the current squad? Did we actually spend 1 billion pound? Dear friend, that is the question I'm asking you. Well, quickly, before we continue, I want to give you a breakdown on how much Chelsea spent and how much Chelsea sold or brought in. Then you understand whether Chelsea truly spent 1 billion or not. Whether we sold and we recouped some of the money that we spent or not, then you can tell by yourself, if you have a balance sheet, how much was our actual figure that Chelsea spent in the last two windows or 3 windows. Do we have a 1 billion pound squad truly? Quickly, I'm going to be mentioning players, their names, and the amount that they were bought and sold, stage by stage, and I'll give you the final calculation. We got João Felix. João Felix, this is during the Todd Boehly era, on loan for 9.7 million. We got him on loan for 9.7 million. We got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 12 million pounds. We bought him. Kalidou Koulibaly, 34 million pounds. Denis Zakaria, 3 million on loan. That amounts to 58.7 million. These were the first purchases. Loan. João Felix, 9.7. Aubameyang, 12 million. Koulibaly, 34 million. Denis Zakaria, Koulibaly, we bought in 34 million. Denis Zakaria, 3 million. Loan also. That is total to 58.7 million. About 58.7 million has been sold out of the club by last summer. All these players are out. Last summer, we sold these players out. Now, the likes of Tyler Debunking, 1.5 million. Ish Samuel Smith, 4 million. Jimmy J. Morgan, 6 million. David Fofana, 8 million. Gabriel Slonina, 9 million. All these figures are in pounds. David Washington, 17 million, we bought him. He's currently with the under-23. Andrew Santos, 18 million pounds. Are currently not part. These players are currently not part of the current Chelsea squad. All these players that I mentioned their name, they are not part of the current Chelsea squad, which is a total of 93.77 million. Let me take that again for you. Tyler Debunking, 1.5 million. Ish Samuel Smith, 4 million. Jimmy J. Morgan, 6 million. David Fofana, 8 million. Gabriel Slonina, 9 million. David Washington, 17 million. Andrew Santos, 18 million. Angelo Gabriel, 13 million. Kendry Paez, 17.27 million. Are currently not part of current Chelsea squad. All these players, they are not part of the current squad, which is a total of 93.77 million. You add that figure to the first figure of 58.7 million. All right, now let's move on. We have a number of injury players who have either not played at all or partially played this season. Do you get it? Yes. The likes of Wesley Fofana, 73 million. Romeo Lavia, 58 million. Christopher Nkuku, 52 million. Benoit Badesheli, 35 million. Mark Cucurella, 62 million. Arguably have either not played at all or have had the fewest appearances due to injury. All these players I mentioned here right now, which is a total of 280 million. So you add this figure to the 93.77 million plus the 58.7 million. How much do you get there? How much do you get there? The list, total summation of players who have not joined the club, injury players, and the players that have been sold amount to about 432.47 million out of the 1 billion. Out of the 1 billion. So this is close to a half a billion. It is close to just about 46.8 to make it, 546. Yeah. So this is the amount of players that are not part of this current squad, or they are not fully part of it. 432.4 million out of 1 billion. And again, Chelsea sold or released or loaned out about 33 players for reportedly 286 million. So add all together, we are talking about close to about 700 million plus. 700 million plus that are not part of the first 11, or let's say 15, 16 players being used week in, week out. All these figures are nothing to talk about. Nobody is equally talking about the circumstances, situations of the squad, the prospects that have not joined, the injured players, etc. The media only talk about 1 billion all the time. You as a Chelsea fan, you owe it a duty, a responsibility to defend your club whenever the argument comes up. Now you have the figures. This current Chelsea squad should not be judged based on 1 billion spent since we changed ownership. Dear friend, that is what I have for you this very afternoon. I'm saying this because the rumors are too much. The insult, the embarrassment is too much. £1 billion squad, where? There are 11 players on a pitch. Let's just say 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 because of the substitutes that are on the bench per game. They are not up to £500 million. Considering the number of players we loan out, considering the players that are on injury list, that have not touched ball the whole season, considering the players that have been injured from the beginning of the season, that have not touched a single ball for Chelsea. Well, personally, since I came across this, I'm beginning to rethink my position on some of those so-called pundits. But let me put them at the side. Before I let you go, dear friend, Mauricio Pochettino on Trevor Chalobah's performance last night. I said it in my post-match reaction. Trevor Chalobah, this is what the coach has to say. He says, so pleased with him. He was very good. One of the best players on the pitch. I'm so happy to recover him. He was full of confidence and he showed good character and personality. He is a player we can count on. Definitely. What Chalobah did last night, when I watched him, I said it, he is a player indeed Chelsea can count on right now. He is a player we can count on. He isn't a bad player. That we know also. He is not a bad, if not for the injury. Trevor Chalobah is not a bad player. So I'm happy Poch has identified that he has recovered him. Going forward, we wait to see what next, whether he will be sold in the summer or not. The goals scored by Jackson, Moydrick, and Gallagher made it possible for us to be in the next round of the FA Cup. It ended Chelsea 3, Leeds United 2. And hey, that young chap, Joseph, scoring 2 goals for Leeds United. Chelsea, we are watching you. Yes, the first goal is scored on the 8th minute, the second one 59 minutes. Chelsea, our eyes are on you, Joseph. All right, dear friend, let me leave you here. I shall be back with more exclusives later in the day. I'll see you when you see me. Shalom and peace.